Welcome to Sociology Vibes, where we simplify challenging ideas into easy to understand insights. Today, our focus is on the sociological explanation of sociologist Kingsley Davis's case studies of two young girls, Anna and Isabelle, who were severely neglected during their early childhood. American sociologist Kingsley Davis documented and analyzed the cases of Anna and Isabelle in the 1930s. His work provided social scientists insights into what happens when children are deprived of human interaction and how vital socialization is for normal development. Anna and Isabelle were found in severely neglected conditions, and their case studies demonstrate the devastating effects of social isolation on physical, emotional, and intellectual development. Anna was what used to be labeled as an out-of-wedlock child. Because of the stigma surrounding single mothers at the time, Anna's mother, upon the command of Anna's grandfather, kept her hidden in a dark room for almost 5 years. She was rarely spoken to, never played with, and had minimal physical contact. When she was discovered at the age of 6 by a social worker, Anna was severely malnourished, could not speak, and showed little to no interest in other people or her surroundings. She was physically, emotionally, and severely developmentally delayed. After being found, she was placed in a county facility where she was cared for and began to improve slowly. Anna's death from liver failure and anemia when she was 10 years old was thought not to be directly related to her isolation. However, Davis speculated that the years of neglect and malnutrition during her early childhood most likely weakened her overall health. Isabelle, the second case study, was isolated with her own mother, who was deaf and unable to speak. Both were kept in isolation due to the embarrassment and social stigma Isabelle's grandparents felt, and particularly her grandfather, surrounding single parenthood and disability at the time. Now, unlike Anna, Isabelle was not alone, and while her mother could not communicate with her by using verbal words, there was still an emotional connection and an interaction using gestures. Similarly to Anna, Isabelle was rescued at around 6.5 years of age. Isabelle was unable to speak and had some developmental issues. However, once given proper care and attention, she learned to speak, attend school, and catch up with other children her age, although Kingsley noted some hostility toward males. You can learn more about Anna and Isabelle by reading the case study published by Kingsley Davis in 1940. The link is in the description below this video. While not related to the case studies analyzed by Kingsley Davis, Genie is another example of a severely neglected and socially isolated child. Genie was the subject of an extensive research study in the 1970s after being rescued. Genie was kept alone in isolation and physically abused by her parents from a young age until she was 13 years old. She was often kept restrained and tied up, slept in a crib, was beaten, and received minimal care. Even after extensive care and rehabilitation, she was never able to fully develop, and this included not having full capacity for language and social skills. Cases of extreme neglect and social isolation illustrate the importance of socialization for human development. Socialization involves the learning of society and social interactions, including language development, communication, forming relationships, cognitive development, and emotional attachments and bonding. While socialization is a lifelong process, as illustrated by these case studies, it is especially critical in early childhood. We now know that the critical period, or the first few years of life for humans, is when these essential socialization and emotional caregiving needs must be met for normal development to occur. We can see that Isabelle recovered and developed normally because she was not entirely socially isolated, having her mother with her. Anna's and Genie's total isolation produced different outcomes, even though they received the care they needed after being rescued. These case studies demonstrate the importance of human connection, especially the earliest stages of life. Social interaction is essential for healthy development through emotional bonding, communication, and quality play. This doesn't just apply to children. We all have a lifelong need to connect, interact, and have meaningful relationships. The effects of neglect, trauma, and abuse in early childhood can result in difficulties forming trusting connections, enjoying healthy relationships, and struggling with mental health challenges. And this is why quality early childhood experiences, socialization, and loving social interactions are critical. They not only lay the foundation for what follows in a person's life, socialization also lays the foundation for society. And this makes sociology fascinating, don't you think?
Thank you for watching. Be sure to comment below with your thoughts, questions, or any topics you'd like us to explore next. Let's keep the conversation going and our community growing. See you in the next Sociology Vibes video.